The Honorable Majority Leader, member for Dallas.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I also rise to first and foremost congratulate ourselves as a budget.
The Honorable Corini is telling me there is no road like Dallas. I mean Dalalekutuk ward, but that was in short form.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. So I also rise to support this budget. And of course, Mr. Speaker, looking at how resources are given out by this committee, it is a balanced budget. It is a mwananchi budget looking at every sector. Mr. Speaker, if you look at education, for example, because I don't want to touch issues that were touched, there is a 200 million bursary. Michezo mashinani, Honorable Ngabo, you need to look at that, 15 million. Youth fund, you see, if you look at this committee was very keen on looking at the youth. See, Mr. Speaker, what is going on outside there, the Gen Z, are really on top of the game in this country. So we have allocated Michezo Mashinani 15 million to make sure that these people have something to do. The youth fund, 15 million, that is still youth. Even Uji, because I hear, Mr. Speaker, this generation has spread. There is another one that is coming that is called Alpha and others. But right now we are in the Gen Z. Mr. Speaker, looking at this budget, Honorable Loisa talked about, and he really lamented, Mr. Speaker, but I want to remind my good friend, if you look at your ward yourself, you did not even allocated any single penny to water. The only people who allocated to water, this is where the rain started beating us as a committee, are only 4 wards. That is Mosiro, Iwaso Nkidomi, Legisim, and Rombo. Mr. Speaker, this is because we just came from the floody moment, the rains. So the big chunk of this honorable member saw it in their wisdom and the public participation that the biggest chunk in the wards to go to roads. Mr. Speaker, to peg on that, on the roads, we need to have an elaborate, and this one goes to Honorable Miriri, who is actually the chair of roads. The 307 million, we need to have a schedule on which roads are being done. We need to see, this money that has been allocated, because this county is vast. We all have a problem, and we want to see that schedule on which roads are to be done. Mr. Speaker, this budget, if you look at it very keenly, health has caught the eyes of this committee. And you see, Mr. Speaker, there is always what is called value for money. Any department that is given money, we have to see the value for that money. This committee, in their own wisdom, so that health is actually doing very good. It is well branded. It's branding itself to the mwananchi up to our offices here. And that's why, Mr. Speaker, anything that comes across the health, that comes from health, it catches the eyes of these members. Look at gender, Mr. Speaker. Gender is another department that really needs to be embraced. It is a department that actually embraces women, and we all come from the same homes with our women. But Mr. Speaker, we want to put this department on toes, on accountability. In the last budget, we budgeted 40 million for this department. But where is the value for money? Can we actually stand before this house, before Chair General?
I want to limit the point of orders, at least in the
Kindly protect me from my honorable,
Honorable
my very good friend Kari. Let us.
Yes, the Honorable Majority Leader, the member is up on a point of invocation.
Actually, Mr. Speaker,
but you have the option. I want to accept or reject.
I always accept her information, but for today, for purpose of time, Mr. Speaker, and she knows that I respect her, I don't want your information.
When it comes to point of information, the member on the floor has the options, and your information is rejected.
Successively.
That is the standing orders of the House.
Mr. Speaker, I was just saying that the gender committee, however much we have allocated the 10 million, they should come out and give us what they have done with that money. How many women groups? Where were they given, and what is the value for that for that money? Finally, Mr. Speaker, this committee, in its own wisdom, Mr. Speaker, if you look at the successive years, we have been having our own source revenue and giving a target that we have never achieved. Today, if you look at this budget, it has some people may see as if it is a squeezed budget, which is true. Because we say, instead of raising our own source revenue from 1.6 and we actually collect 800, we say let us stick to 1.2 billion and put these people in toast. Mr. Speaker, and the budget committee and the finance committee have started rolling that. 2 days ago, we had the revenue department here to make sure that in the next financial year, this target of 1.2 million must be achieved. Honorable Speaker, I support and thank you very much.